Bonjour everyone, Pantoufleee here today for a new video in which we're going to try to answer to one of the most asked questions in this game. Will we ever see the Sturmtiger in World of Tanks Blitz? We can answer to that question the simple or the hard way. Of course, as we need 8 minutes for the monetization, we're going to do the hard way, but honestly, it's possible, and I'm gonna tell you why. The first hint Wargaming had been dropping for years is on the Rockfield map, the Easter egg that shows you the Sturmtiger behind a hangar. You can't get it, you can't access to this, but at least if you zoom in closer to the door, you will see the Sturmtiger, which implies that Wargaming wanted kind of for this tank to be part of the game. But that's not all, because we need to analyze several things about the Sturmtiger which makes it either possible or not possible to be implemented. One of the first things in favor of the Sturmtiger in Blitz is probably the already existing derp tanks, such as for example the Smasher. I mean, if Wargaming is capable of putting at tier 7 a premium tank that when using HE shell is capable of inflicting 960 damage per shot, why wouldn't they be able to put in the game the Sturmtiger? Of course, there is one thing to notice: the caliber between the Smasher and the Sturmtiger are way different. On the Smasher you have a 15 centimeter gun, whereas on the Sturmtiger it's 38 centimeters. But honestly, even if the caliber of the tank doesn't fit its alpha damage, because of course if you put a 38 centimeter gun in the game, you could expect it to have like 4,000 or something like this alpha damage. But if you adapt it properly to Blitz and let's say make it the traditional alpha damage that the Smasher has, for example, it shouldn't be a problem. Now, the second thing about that is probably the Vindicator UM, which is the closest we have to a Sturmtiger in this game nowadays. Just look at the caliber of that thing, man. I'm pretty sure that this caliber it has is quite similar when it comes to the gun aesthetic to the one we have on the Sturmtiger. And if Wargaming already implemented a tier 7 tank in the game that has this ability, probably that they are able to implement the Sturmtiger as well. And that's why we're looking forward to see if Wargaming will do that or not. But that's not all. For the smartest players out there, if you are using the right mods, you can reskin your tank and therefore kind of have access to the Sturmtiger. For example, here, thanks to HD Android Gaming that is using a mod on the Vindicator, it looks like he's using a Sturmtiger, whereas in reality he's of course using the regular Vindicator, because the Sturmtiger is only showed on his screen and not the one on the opponent's. But hey, that's already one step to get the Sturmtiger implemented in the game. So if you are looking forward for this kind of mod, you can find them pretty easily on the internet, but I wouldn't advise you to do it simply because Wargaming is a little bit touchy when it comes to those kind of mods. Like, if they think that it gives you an unfair advantage, and as we don't have a chart on what is unfair, that's going to be quite dependent on what Wargaming wants, you can get trolled and you could possibly lose your account just over skin, so please don't do that, guys. And another argument in favor of the Sturmtiger is possibly what happened in World of Tanks PC. As you can see here, the Sturmtiger event that took place, if I remember correctly, it was this year or previous year, maybe in 2019. I can't really remember the exact dates of the event, but even if it's only for a fun mod, it's kind of juicy to have access to the Sturmtiger in the game. Of course, this tank is not made for traditional playstyle. Like here, it's going really fast. The tank is doing 7,000 alpha damage. It's way too much, and we all know that. But at least, gotta be honest, this would be a crazy event to see in World of Tanks Blitz as well. Because if PC has access to those Sturmtiger, why can't we have access to it as well? And it's really simple, I think, to implement, because Wargaming already did that, if you remember, with the duck event, where they took AMX-40, replaced them with skin of regular duck, and we were surfing around on the sea, etc. And players have been asking Wargaming to do that for ages. on the Sturmtiger, but also on the Tog, like having some kind of a game mode where we are playing Togs that are actual battleship. And that would be freaking hilarious to see Wargaming try to implement such a thing in Blitz. And even if we don't have access to the traditional Sturmtiger in the game as a premium or a collectible that we could use in regular battles, at least, guys, give us some juicy events like the one we had in World of Tanks PC, please. Now, for the last part of the video, is it possible to make the Sturmtiger a Tech Tree tank in World of Tanks Blitz? First thing first, if the Sturmtiger was a Tech Tree tank, it would necessarily be a tier 10. And I don't think it's a good idea to implement such a beast in the matchmaking, in the regular matchmaking. Let me explain to you why. This would be another dub gun, so another gun like the one you have on the Heavy 1A3, maybe even worse due to its caliber. Yes, you would have an horrific gun dispersion, but when you hit your target, it would be a guaranteed one shot. Do you really want to have a tank like this in the matchmaking at tier 10? No, you don't. And if you implement that tank this way in the game, due to its popularity in real life, people would rush the hell out of it just to have some fun with it, and the matchmaking would be filled with this tank. If it happens, nah, you are all gonna leave the game due to the rage, because yes, if you're playing the Sturmtiger, it's gonna be fun. If you're playing anything else, you are gonna rage so hard to your opponents. No, this tank is not suitable for a Tech Tree, to get a Tech Tree place, but a premium, let's say tier 7 or tier 8, if it's correctly implemented and not overpowered or not unbalanced, would work, in my opinion. And that would be one of the greatest gifts Wargaming could give us for the year 2021. Maybe they have something in mind concerning that. I don't have a clue. I just hope they do. But we'll see in the future, guys, because for the moment, beside dreaming of implementing the tank, we can't do much about it. Anyway, tell me what you think in the comments. Would you like to see the Sturmtiger implemented in the game, and in what form? Premium? Tech Tree? I would be curious to know if you are as hyped as I am for Sturmtiger in the game, or if I'm just dreaming of those tanks that really are making history, in my opinion. I'm gonna leave you there, guys. If you enjoyed, you know what to do. Feel free to subscribe, like, and share, and I'm gonna see you soon for a new video. Au revoir.